do you feel like that has played out now that you've got 10 races in your belt and you've really got a chance to kind of see how it works?
Well, going into the season, we really didn't know what to expect. We knew it would be an opportunity to capitalize on some points. At the end of the day, the big picture is your final finish, but there's two areas throughout the race where you can gain more points, and those points are obviously really important. 8 points here, 2 points there throughout the course of the year. If you can add those up, that's real money. What you can do for strategy and things like that hasn't really shaped up the way I thought it would. With the first stage kind of basically being a fuel window or a little bit after a fuel window, there's not a whole lot you can do as far as extending your mileage or short pitting, doing some things like that. So you haven't really seen some guys capitalize that maybe will be running 20th to finish 5th in the stage, but everybody's still gearing towards that final segment. But I think it adds an element of excitement. We know when the caution is going to come out, and need to just plan accordingly.
What do you think of the stage racing? And have you been a fan of this, the way it's played out these first 10 races?
I think it's certainly interesting. I don't think there's been a lap more talked about this season than lap 160 or whatever it was at Martinsville when I got knocked out of the lead by a lap car for a chase spot, or for a point for the playoffs. But overall, it's just been a different form of racing. Let's say there's some opportunities there that present themselves that haven't in the past, and it lends itself to just more opportunities of having moments that are a little bit more exciting throughout a race, and not having it just kind of linger on until the end, and having just that checker flag be the most important part.
I know you guys have only had a few times to kind of get out there and see how it works in practice, but yeah, I mean, what do you think of it?
I love the stage racing. I think stage racing is great. And I've talked to several people that are old school NASCAR fans that said when it was first announced they hated it, didn't like it, didn't want to see it, and now they said it's grown on them, and they actually prefer it. And the cool thing for me is it's benefited us through the years. I'm probably one of the biggest supporters of the stage racing, because we go to Daytona, we lead we didn't lead any segments, but we led a good part of the race, and we're up front for most of the segments. And then the end, we ended up finishing 12th, but we came out second in points. Yeah. So it benefited us a lot, especially early on when there's wrecks. But it rewards you for your performances, and that's what it was meant to do. And I love it for that reason, because I think there's so many times, especially with our point system, that you can go and you can perform, but if you get bad luck like Ben Rhodes, then you don't have anything to show at the end of the day except bad performances, and now you actually have something that you're building up.